Now we all love a good roast chicken, don't we? But I'm going to show you a way to make it extra special, and it's extra simple. It's my Spatchcock chicken with Romesco sauce. It's packed with flavour and it's perfect for entertaining. Now when we say Spatchcock, we're talking about both the dish and the method we use to open up the chicken. It's also known as butterfly. Very, very simple and easy. All right, now let's preheat our oven. 200 Celsius, or if you're using Fan Horst, 180. Here I've got a large chicken that weighs about 2 kilos. You can see I've already removed that backbone for you, so it's very, very simple and easy. The last thing I want you to do is just put your hand over that breastbone and just push down. You'll just hear a little pop. That's it. You want to make it nice and flat. You know you've got a good chicken when it has really nice tight skin, covering the meat of course, and then the fat that you can see should be white. So if we turn that over, yep, that's exactly what we have. Any of that fat, nice and white. Time for the rub. So I've got paprika, I've got a little bit of granulated garlic, sea salt flakes, and some black pepper. Next, what you do, grab your chicken, go ahead and rub a little bit of olive oil over the chicken, and then get your spice mix and just generously coat that all the way over the legs, the breasts, sprinkle it everywhere over that chicken. Just another little drizzle of olive oil. Here's the trick to perfectly golden roast chicken. Make sure you're using a non-stick fry pan that can go into the oven, okay? Then pick up that chicken, bring it over to your pan, and pop it straight on in. Okay, now the pan's nice and hot, so we're only going to let it toast for about 2 minutes. You're going to smell those spices all toasting underneath there. It doesn't have to be perfectly golden brown because it's actually still going to continue to cook in the oven and develop colour. So have a little peek after just a minute and make sure it's not too hot. Oh, that's looking good. Okay, so what I do now is I lift my chicken up out of the pan, transfer it back over here to my roasting tray, and then into the same pan, grab a few slices of bread. Now, I know this is unconventional, but go with me. I know what you're thinking. What on earth is he doing? I'm going to make a little base for the chicken to actually sit on. Okay, so next, I take my capsicum, go ahead and sprinkle those all over the bread, and I take the clove of garlic that's already been peeled straight into the center there, and then you go ahead, lift up your chicken and drop that right back over the top. Oh yes. All that flavor is going to come up and infuse the chicken as it cooks. All of that delicious juice that comes out of the chicken is going to be soaked up by that wonderful bread. Then we go ahead, that last little bit of dry rub back over the chicken, and now it goes into the oven for 50 to 55 minutes. The smell of roast chicken has to be one of my favourite smells on the planet. Once the chicken's cooked, you'll see the skin is nice and crisp on top and the inside is that perfect internal temperature. Listen to that crispy skin. I just love it. Now, I'm going to set it aside over here to rest for just a minute, and you might be wondering what to do with the roasted capsicum and the sourdough that's underneath the chicken. Well, guess what? It just soaked up all of those delicious juices from the chicken while it was cooking. And this is going to be the base of your Romesco. It's a Spanish-style sauce that goes great with chicken or seafood. I absolutely love it. First of all, let's lift our chicken up and reveal those beautiful capsicum. I'm going to sit my roast chicken up there just to continue to rest. You can see it, right? Beautiful capsicum that's all cooked down with those beautiful juices from the chicken. You put all of those roast capsicum into your food processor. And then in the food processor with one of the slices of sourdough, that'll be enough, but have a look how it soaks up all of that crunchy, delicious flavor. I gotta tell you, this is gonna be amazing. Go ahead and pop that in. This of course helps to thicken the Romesco. You only need enough bread to thicken the sauce, so save the other two. We'll actually serve those with the chicken and they're going to be delicious. Next, add some toasted almonds, some parsley, some sherry vinegar, and a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Pop your lid on and blitz it. It should only take a couple of seconds, and that is it. It is going to be so delicious. Then, if you want to sort of add a little bit more extra virgin olive oil, you can, but I kind of like it this consistency. I mean, you can imagine what this tastes like, right? With all that roasted chicken flavor. Now, you mightn't need all of this sauce for the chicken, but you can keep it. It'll stay in the fridge for a couple of days. You can use it as a dip or a spread, serve it on top of a soup as a garnish, salad, even spread a nice sandwich with it. It really is very, very versatile. Now, the last thing that we need is this beautiful chicken, and we're gonna serve it with some greens. Into a hot pan, a little drizzle of olive oil, we're gonna actually cook some kale. I love kale, it's a very hearty green. I've got some thinly sliced shallots, so toss those in, and then throw a handful of your kale. Once you hear that sort of sizzle, you know that you've got a nice intense heat in your pan. So you can put a splash of water, but I'm gonna put a splash of grape juice, otherwise known as wine. Just for a little drizzle. Give it a toss. And then season it with salt and pepper. Now, kale takes about 7 or 8 minutes to cook all the way down. Now, before I even cut the chicken, the first thing I like to do is to take that wonderful crunchy bread that was the base of what we roasted the chicken on. I cut that into a few little pieces and I put that onto my serving platter. Next, you want to split the chicken straight down in half. So just go straight on in. You'll feel that breastbone and then just push your knife all the way through. You just go straight on in like that. Pull it to one side. If you want to go even further and separate the thigh and the drumstick, you may. And right beside that, of course, my beautiful kale. It's been wilting down as we cook. And lastly, our gorgeous sauce. If I was going around to someone's house and they serve this, I think I'd be pretty stoked. It is so delicious. Enjoy.